Peyton Manning, a clean-cut, football god quarterback, beloved by fans, endlessly marketed, and somehow merited scandal. Behind the 5 MVPs, 2 Super Bowls, and millions of endorsement dollars, there have been serious storms, sexual harassment accusations, a broken neck, surgery after surgery, and even whispers of HGH. Today, we dig into the darker side of the sheriff. This isn't just a touchdown montage, it's the full fourth quarter story. Peyton Williams Manning was born February 24th, 1976, into football royalty. His dad Archie was an NFL quarterback, his brother Eli would later win in Super Bowls, and Peyton soaked it all in. Football IQ deep as the Grand Canyon. He went to the University of Tennessee where he became a star. On campus, he wasn't just beloved for pinpoint passes, he was the guy with intelligence, swagger, and a work ethic like he was trying to hack life. But as they say in Hollywood, every hero has a flaw, and Peyton's began simmering early. In 1996, while Peyton was still at Tennessee, he was accused by trainer Jamie Nogwright of sexual misconduct. According to her, during an exam, Peyton allegedly pressed his exposed genitals against her face. Peyton's defense: he said he was mooning another teammate. Classic prankster move, not aiming at Nogwright. He filed an affidavit saying he dropped his pants for about a second, laughed it off, and then pulled them back up. But Nogwright was never convinced. She went to a sexual assault crisis center shortly after and expressed fear for her job and life. She later sued for defamation after Manning and his dad published a book describing her with unflattering language. The case settled out of court and the terms remained largely confidential. This scandal did not just fade away, it lingered, raised serious questions, and tainted the perfect image quarterback narrative, even though no criminal charges were filed. If life was a Marvel origin movie, Peyton's nemesis might have been his own spine. Despite being picture perfect in many ways, Manning was born with a congenital weakness in his neck. By 2010-2011, it all came crashing down. He underwent his first neck surgery in February 2010 for a pinched nerve. But that wasn't the end. In May 2011, he had his second surgery to repair a bulging disc. Then he reherniated that disc, and then had a third surgery. The biggest blow, a fourth more serious operation, a spinal fusion in September 2011. That's when he removed the damaged disc, refilled the cap with a bone graft, and fused the vertebrae with a plate and screws. Recovery was brutal. 2 weeks after waking up from surgery, he couldn't even lift himself. His right arm buckled, his grip was weak, and his throwing motion was completely off. For someone whose entire identity was wrapped in how precisely he could throw a football, this was terrifying. He rehabbed in secrecy, ironically using the Colorado Rockies trainers in Denver, beneath Coors Field. First throws, he lobbed to his friend Todd Hilton in a hidden batting cage. The ball barely made it halfway. It was a reset, a come-from-behind story like Rocky vs. Drago, except the villain was his own aging vertebrae. He rebuilt his mechanics, rebuilt his confidence, and returned to the league. Now, we get to the juicier chapter, the HGH allegations. In December 2015, Al Jazeera dropped a bombshell documentary called The Dark Side: Secrets of Sports Dopers. In it, an intern at an anti-aging clinic in Indianapolis claimed that Peyton Manning received human growth hormone shipped to his wife Ashley during his recovery from neck surgery in 2011. This source, Charlie Sly, who allegedly talks on hidden camera, naming Peyton and other pro athletes. But quickly, things unraveled. Sly recanted. He said his statements were exaggerated or false, made to impress someone. Manning exploded in response. He called the report complete trash, garbage, completely made up. He explained that while he did go to the Geyer Institute for Hyperbolic Oxygen Therapy and Nutrient Treatments, he never used HGH. He also said that neither he nor his wife handled any HGH shipments. The NFL launched a 7-month investigation, bringing in legal and scientific experts, interviewing witnesses, reviewing records, the full CSI Sports edition. In July 2016, the league announced that it found no credible evidence that Manning used HGH or other banned substances. So, while the allegations made headlines, they didn't stick. But they did leave a stain on the spotless Manning narrative. In pop culture terms, Peyton Manning is like Tony Stark without the alcoholism or Stark Industries. Brilliant, confident, marketable as hell, but even Tony had his demons. He came from a football dynasty, rewrote the quarterback playbook, and survived neck fusion surgery only to win a Super Bowl. But he also weathered serious accusations, and even though he was cleared, the whispers slowly didn't go away. He once said in rehab that I could preserve. That drive made him one of the greatest quarterbacks ever, but his career was never just sunshine and commercials. There was shade, vulnerability, and controversy too. So, what do you think? Does Peyton Manning's on-field greatness outweigh the off-field storms, or do the controversies shift how we see this legacy? Drop a comment, hit like, subscribe if you dig these deep dives, and let me know which athlete you want me to unpack next.